I love this. She's so creepy. Is it going to kill the mortals? Oh, come on. Stop fighting. Just drop. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, and today I'll be reacting to Percy Jackson and the Olympians, episode 4. Now, I've been so excited for this episode because this, if the titles go by, this is the first 2 chapters where it's not really anything to do with the movie. The movie just cut these entire bits out, the Arch, Echidna, and the Chimera. Sorry if I'm pronouncing those wrong, I'm going to have to wait till I hear them. And of course, you get to learn a whole lot more about Grover and Annabeth. And though it just boggled my mind that this whole bit is so important, yet it was cut out. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm fully expecting the whole pink poodle thing to be cut. But there's some stuff that was so pivotal to Grover and Annabeth, which I'm so hoping is included now, because we get to learn about Grover's quest to find Pan, and that whole important thing. We get to learn about Annabeth and her love for architecture and the whole family situation. And it just humanizes them a whole lot more, because you have Percy who's gone into this world of gods and Olympians, and you get to meet these 2 people, part of it all, and yet they still feel so distant. This is what brings them in. This is what makes them feel real and human. So I'm hoping so much that they actually touch on this sort of side of everything. And of course, I really want to see the Nereid, and like just after Percy falls on the Arch, I really want to see what that looks like, because they did such a good job at showing a nymph in like episode 2. So I really want to see just how on earth they're going to make a water spirit look. But yeah, as always, if you do enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe, as it really does help the channel to grow. And if you do enjoy my content and you want to help support the channel, I do have a Patreon, the link will be in the description. Over there I'll be uploading the full reaction to this episode, so if that's something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. With that said, let's just dive on in.
Monsters can't be avoided entirely. They're more common than you think.
Yeah, this is setting up the Echidna, isn't it? Another monster's good.
It's a pleasure to meet you, son of Poseidon. I'm Medusa.
I hope they do a lot more with the Echidna. I'm hoping that, because all the monster fight scenes so far, they've been relatively quick. Minotaur, of course, that was longer. But I'm hoping they draw out Echidna's a lot more. She is the wife of Typhoon, and if you read the books, it has a big part to play. And it's kind of shocking that they never included her in that sort of final bit. So hopefully she gets a bit more to do, and maybe she'll even return afterwards. Like, return with her husband. So hopefully that can happen. They do more with her. What? There's a swimming pool, right? Oh, is it a flashback?
You have to let go, Percy. I can't. You really can't.
Oh, he's afraid of the water.
You didn't. We have been in the same position for 15 minutes.
No.
Percy, we paid for this class.
Oh, they're giving her looks.
You know I wouldn't ask you to do this if it wasn't safe, right?
He could not be safer in the water.
It could be dangerous for you if you don't know how to do this. One day, it could be really, really important.
Oh, she has been training him his entire life. She's been preparing him for everything.
Just breathe, Mommy. That's what you always tell me to do.
Oh, he's comforting her as well. I love that they're actually building on this relationship. They're showing that they're the only people that they've had most of their lives. What now? Mom! This is certainly one way to start the episode.
Hello again, little hero.
Okay, this ain't Hades, this is Kronos. Can't believe I didn't realize it was Kronos from the start.
Well, they attract doom. Okay,
you're not going to look behind you.
She is coming.
What did they say? She is coming? Who's that referring to? Gaia? I think that might be a bit of a stretch, probably just Echidna.
Hey, you asleep?
Sounds like... No. No.
You and Dahlia were really close, right?
Talk more about this.
What was she like?
Why?
She doesn't want to talk, it's too painful.
She was the last forbidden kid before me, right? She must have dealt with the same kind of stuff.
You're gonna have to try and compare yourself.
Dahlia. She made me earn it.
Is that why you give me a hard time?
Oh, she's trying to be like her. I love that they're building this relationship even though we haven't even seen Thalia yet.
Gotta burn an offering to get a parent's attention. Gotta beat up on Clarice just to get my father to admit he's my father.
Yeah, realize all the problems going on.
People who are close to you aren't supposed to treat you that way.
See, he's gonna end up relating so much to Luke. It's gonna make that betrayal so much more painful.
I started out as a gift to my father. That's how it works with Athena.
Oh.
Born from a thought in her mind and then given to a partner she feels connected to.
Interesting.
Wow, I was treated like a gift.
We're gonna get a bit more.
My father cared for me.
Okay, until...
Then he met a woman.
There we go. Back to the tragic story.
They had their own kids.
And they blamed you for everything that went wrong.
I wasn't a gift. I was a problem.
Okay, I like that change though. The dad didn't dislike her from the start. He actually loved her. That makes it so much more painful.
It isn't the gods who think that way. It's everybody.
Oh. So in the books, her dad didn't even want her when Athena dropped her off. So now, that's nice that they changed that. So her dad did want her, and then it's the wife that's basically said, and her new children, that's pushed her away. So yeah, they're already on the train. They've skipped past the pink poodle things. That's fine. But still, get in that whole thing about Pan. What was that?
Can I ask a dumb question?
It's like you need me to make fun of you.
I've never been to Los Angeles before. I'm guessing neither of you have been to Los Angeles.
Annabeth hasn't been outside of Camp Half-Blood before.
Do you have any idea where we're going?
No idea. It's like step 37, and we're still on step 4.
Follow-up stupid question.
She's so tired with him.
Back in Jersey, I told you the Oracle said this quest would fail, and no one's mentioned it since.
What matters most? I can't remember what that actually line meant. It almost feels like it might be the mum. Like, is Sally the what? No, because Sally gets saved.
Are those...
Centaurs.
Oh, yes, they added this scene. This is such a small detail. Oh, please. Oh, this is so cool. And no one else sees it.
No one even knows they're there.
Add to the magic of this world.
Herds of them. Everywhere.
What happened to them?
Humans.
Pan. Can you get this?
A few thousand years ago, the god of the wild, Pan.
Yes.
And ever since, without Pan to protect the natural world, humans have been trying really hard to chip away at it.
Just volunteer to become searchers, trying to find Pan.
I love this. That building on their motivations is great.
Your uncle we found in Medusa's. Ferdinand. He was a searcher.
Yeah. And that is what Grover wants to be.
The Oracle didn't say the quest would fail. Fail to save what matters most.
Yeah. To who?
That's how prophecies work. That's how fate works. It can mean a lot of things.
It's never the obvious answer.
The harder you work to understand, the harder it gets to understand. Sometimes you just gotta let it come to you when it's ready.
Yeah, don't try and understand the prophecy. Just don't. It's going to cause you a headache.
Can I see your tickets, please?
You do have tickets, right?
You're in cabin 17B.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with cabin 17B? Is it the thing that flew from the outside? Oh, no.
You want to explain?
There's claws. There's claw marks.
We got a witness here says she heard the window smash and then heard children's voices.
Oh, come on.
Lies.
Are we under arrest?
I don't think you want to take that tone with me, little girl.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Are we under arrest?
Are you? No, actually?
So we're just killing time till we find out that guy's like a werewolf or something, right?
I don't think he's a monster.
It's the one next to him.
Well, if he's not a monster, what's going on here? Why would anyone tear our room apart?
It's a monster. There were claw marks.
People who think you stole Zeus's master bone might disagree.
You're being hunted by literally everything.
We're not gonna find something we don't have.
Oh, here she comes. Oh, I love this. They're actually bringing her on the train. It's extending out her scene.
Do you mind if I say?
Oh, I like this. She's being creepy.
Your parents aren't here, are they? Isn't that right, Precious? Don't children get scared when they're all alone?
Oh, you can't even see the thing.
It's okay. I'm a mom. I know I'm scared. You must.
Oh, they're adding so much to her. They're leaning so much more into her. Just from this alone, it feels more fleshed out than the book.
I think you're making them nervous.
She's coming off as so motherly. In the book, she was just the mother of monsters and just evil. Here, she's coming off as like motherly to everyone and evil as well.
I don't actually think that you made that mess back there. I just wanted a moment alone with you.
Monster.
I need you to understand.
You have something on your jacket. Looks like
Jim the cabby.
one smashed out the windows from inside our cabin.
Realising it good.
One smashed them in from the outside.
Oh, so that's how she's gone on the train. Oh, that thing's getting angry.
Yes, sweetheart. I know.
Call it son, please. Or daughter, whatever.
Almost there.
I love this. She's so creepy. They're not like trying to make her seem like a good girl like Medusa or like misunderstood.
You're going to have to bear the burden of your parents' mistakes today.
Full on evil.
We've run across a few monsters like you and we've sent them all packing.
Okay, good. He's fully realizing what's happening now.
Of course they're like me. They were my children.
There we go. Annabeth.
Children?
Come on, she realizes. She knows.
What does that mean?
You need to learn the myths, Percy.
Mother of monsters.
Oh, there's so much fear around her.
No.
Echidna. Is that safe? That's it. I love how much they're adding to her. This is great. She was cut from the movie and now they're just adding so much more.
Considering my grandmother is your great-grandmother, and this has always been a family.
Yeah, everyone's related to everyone. We get it.
The demigod is a more dangerous creature. If I exist for anything, it is to stand in the way of monsters like you.
Oh, that's interesting. It's like, I don't know if there are many myths around Echidna in like actual Greek mythology. She was just there to serve as the like origin for a lot of monsters. I don't know if she had any story behind her, but I like that it's almost making them free to do whatever with her right now.
You will be her prey.
Her prey, okay? Because it had a lion's mane, but in the trailer it looked like it didn't have a mane. I like this.
It's also essential to the hunt. Your fear.
Okay, Dagger, I love her so much. You might be my favorite monster so far.
Understand what was happening so that she could track the scent.
Track fear.
So that she could learn and grow because...
Oh! Zip's coming undone.
Not that you would know.
Oh, you are evil. I love it. Oh, it's getting so monstrous. You can hear the sounds.
You should run now.
I love you. Oh! Oh! What was that? Was that a stab? Was that... Yo!
Go!
Go on, Annabeth. Stupid mortals.
You got ahead of yourself. We'll work on that.
Okay, but Percy got stabbed. Is that the poison already? That was interesting. That looked like a crocodile tail, not a snake tail. What? So the little design change. Fine. Okay, just getting to see the perspective of random people. Yeah, all they see is a little chihuahua. I love it. Oh, come on, let me see what it looks like.
Hey! Percy!
Open this door!
Come back here and open this!
Stabbed?
It's a stinger.
Yes.
You know what kind of monster has one of those?
I don't know. I mean, nothing good, probably.
Okay, you don't know. Okay, so at least okay, so he's poisoned now. You need to get him to water. It's behind. It's behind. Is it gonna kill the mortals? Oh, can they see it?
We gotta move.
It'd be so interesting if it kills the mortals. If it kills the police. Oh, we're not gonna get to find out, are we?
We aren't gonna be able to outrun them for very long.
We don't need to. We just need a safe place to hole up.
Okay, this is kind of a fun change. It feels more paranoid and like on edge. Originally, this was where they stopped off for fun.
Dedicated to Athena, built by one of her demigod children a long time ago.
Right?
There's an Athenian temple somewhere in the middle of downtown St. Louis.
Excellent. Yeah, Annabeth wanted to stop here to look at the arch because of architecture and stuff. So instead, they've changed it to be more sort of on the run. They've got to find some place to hide. You changed the arch to be a sanctuary of Athena? Oh, that's quite cool. I like they're making everything feel important.
130 feet wide, 630 feet tall, both to within an inch.
Architecture stuff.
It's got no internal support. Each side is balanced perfectly against the other.
Talk about more architecture, please.
And it's earthquake-proof, so Poseidon can't ruin it. A monument to the power of perfection.
It's a monument to some other stuff, too.
Yeah.
We're safe here, right?
No monsters can enter.
Can't they?
Not even Echidna. We're safe.
I don't know how long that lasts.
We can't stay here forever.
He probably doesn't want to stay here at all.
He doesn't like it when people mess with animals.
I shouldn't have snapped at him. I know.
Yeah, you know, because he was your protector before. I like that they're like building on everything.
It's your mom's place. Wonder if she's around.
Are you right down? She's going to the potty.
I have a gift.
Ah, yes, make each other laugh.
We needed a safe place, and your mom had one waiting. Pretty lucky we happen to be in the right city for it.
Luck or fate? I know you think it's all just in my head that I tell myself my mother cares because it's easier that way.
I didn't say that.
But you're thinking it.
I've only been a demigod since last Saturday.
It has just been a week.
This is my mother's place, but a temple is a temple. Maybe you could say hi to your dad while we're here.
What do you mean?
No thanks.
What could it hurt?
How's he gonna do that?
You've done more for me in the past few days than my father's done in my entire life. If I have to stick with someone,
Careful. I think you're about to call me a friend.
Yeah! And then you can't have that because then you'll think...
I was laughing at us, but you know...
Yeah. What? Poison, poison, poison. Okay.
I think those stinger things were poisonous.
Yeah, you think...
Come on, help me.
Oh, this is the stuff everyone sees.
It should work for poison too, right?
It needs a bit stronger than fountain water.
This is a great call.
No, great.
Maybe it needs to be naturally running water for Poseidon to be able to heal him.
Yeah, that could be something. Oh, it's checking cars.
No, we need to keep trying.
This isn't working, and she's coming.
Yeah, go to the top and just... Oh. Yeah, go to the top, let him drop.
The highest point, the best view.
Okay, but what good is that even gonna do us?
We're gonna get to the altar, and I'm going to ask my mom for help.
Okay.
I thought we don't ask for help.
Yeah, he's kind of desperate. What are you hearing? Oh, it's behind the van.
You're what?
Never mind. Come on.
Okay, so they still don't know what it is yet. Looks bigger than it was like in the train. That thing hiding behind a bus could not fit in a train. So it's not only learning to hunt, it's growing. Yeah, I love that little scene with like Percy and Annabeth just talking and becoming friends. Because like last episode, it was just like, it felt so abrupt and distant, and that they were very much at odds. Now they're starting to build their friendship and their relationship. Oh, she's already here. Inside the temple.
We're in a sanctuary. Athena would have had to let her in, but why would she do that? Annabeth!
Oh, what?
Said my impertinence wounded my mother's pride, and that will be my doom.
The Medusa head. You ruined your mother's pride.
I embarrassed my mother.
Oh, no longer the pride of Athena's offspring.
I signed the note.
And I went along with it. It embarrassed her. Now she's angry.
And now she's gonna let a monster kill her daughter.
They'll be up here any minute. And if my mother isn't going to protect us, we'll just have to fight it out up here.
Yeah, this is another change. Originally it was just Percy, and the others almost escaped before Kinder revealed herself. Whole lot more mortals than in the book.
Gotta get everybody out of here.
Fire alarm. Pull things and push buttons.
You and Percy, follow them down.
No,
Are you staying? Are you the one that's gonna fight?
No, we're all getting out of here together.
We won't make it. The Chimera is the demigod killer.
Yeah.
And don't stop. Not till you get to Hades. Not till you have the vote. Do you hear me?
So she's almost... Okay, this is a big change. She's the one staying this time.
Take this.
That's a dagger. Does she need it? Okay, good. Oh, no, you are staying! Okay.
Poseidon's never helped me before. He wasn't gonna start now. I would have never made it to Hades.
He's got a good point. He's basically dying. Oh, it's blurry. Oh, you are dying. You need to fall. Let's see this thing. Goat horns. Oh, you look insane. Oh, that thing looks so amazing.
Don't fight it. You'll just make her angry.
I love how evil you are. There's nothing like redeeming about you. You are just a full-on nasty evil villain. It's getting so close. You look terrifying. Oh, you're... Oh! Now. You're just getting tossed. It looks so unbothered. Oh, fire! That is great. At least it gives you a warning. She did what? She did that power, what? Jump, just like a jump down, jump. Okay, Chimera, push him through the hole. Oh, the tail, what is the, okay, the tail does look serpentine. More like serpentine. It's a snake's head. Yeah, you lost the sword there. And you fell? Awesome. Don't tell me you hang on. Please, just drop. Oh, come on. Stop fighting, just drop. Are you over water? This looks so insane. You're not over water, are you?
Never had a chance, did you? Only someone cared enough for you to provide you with one.
Oh, you're evil and I love it. What he's gonna do is, no, he's just gonna let him fall. Not gonna step on his foot or his hand or anything. And he's gone. Okay, right. Is that? Oh, there's the water. Oh! Are we gonna get the? Okay. Your father loves you. Come on. We're gonna get some kind of connection. So murky. You're not going up. Oh, you need to learn to breathe underwater. You're not gonna die. You're fine down there. What have you seen? Please be. What is this? Please be the Nereid. Please be the Nereid. It is.
All right, Percy.
We're not gonna be able to see you, are we? Come on.
Father sent me to tell you.
He's proud of you.
Just breathe.
Oh, I can barely see. I want to see them. Just breathe. Just breathe.
It is so hard for him to stand back.
It is so hard for us all.
That's old.
And he's so very proud.
He's proud! Come on.
Just breathe.
You almost look like a jellyfish. Wish we could get like a better look at you, but you look like fine as you're there. And he's breathing. And healed from poison. Don't end there, please. No! Oh, they're at the water park?
My
Aww.
mom told me these stories all the time.
Are they the Fates?
She said this is what the gods are like to each other. This is the kind of family they are.
Aries? Okay, next episode is going to be great. Okay, I really love that episode. The pacing's so much better, and I love that we actually had a villain for the episode. Echidna and the Chimera, they were throughout the entire thing. It wasn't just like Medusa at the end, Alecto, who had a couple scenes, Minotaur right at the end. This one carried out throughout the whole episode. We got to see them be built up, got to see their personality shine through. This version of her is even better than what the books did with her. Because like, it's so annoying to me that after this, she doesn't show up again till, I think, she ends up working for Gaia and pushes Nico into Tartarus. But it's shocking that they don't use her with Typhon, whatever you want to call him. Because he is such a big threat in the final book, yet his wife, the mother of all monsters, is only here. I'm so hopeful that after we've gotten to see all this, that she comes back and does a whole lot more damage, because she never gets killed, she doesn't die, she just disappears. So I'm so hopeful that they bring her back. Just imagine Typhon fighting the gods and her leading an army of her children. I think that could be insane. It would just be such a natural addition. But yeah, that episode was perfect for me. It was everything that I wanted. I knew they were going to cut the poodle thing. That was just a given. It was almost it wouldn't have translated well to a live action series. It was honestly a bit of a waste of time. A pink poodle we're talking to just to get money. Yeah, throw that away. But yeah, I'm so glad they added the whole thing with Pan. We got to see Annabeth's relationship with her family, so we got a bit more on that. The change, I'm sure some people are not going to be happy with it, saying that it's better that her father didn't want her either, and that when the new wife and the children came along, that was just the more addition to her pain. She has enough pain. I'm glad that she had that some little joy in her life, that even that her father did love her, that plus it adds to why she wears her father's ring on her necklace. If her father hated her so much, why would she still keep the necklace ring thing? I mean, I'm happy that she does have that relationship and that love, but that love was taken from her by the new wife and the children, and the dad didn't exactly fight to keep her. So that still has that pain relationship that the father isn't that great of a guy, but at least that she did have someone that loved her. And I also really love how they played with the whole architecture thing with her, because it's such a big thing in the books that she is this architecture nerd, and she didn't explicitly say that she wanted to be an architect when she grew up. We got to see her talk about the arch, and it's so obvious from that alone that is what she wants to do. And the ending scene was just perfect. I love that in the books, that is when he learns that his dad's proud of him. Because here they've done a big change where basically he knows his father was alive. Throughout his childhood, he just thought he was an absent father. Books, he was dead and was lost at sea. So you have that more, I guess, anger towards his father, but now having him actively save him, because I always imagine him just falling straight into the river. No, Poseidon actually reaches out and saves him and pulls him into the river. So his father actually saved his life there, and he got to hear that he's proud of him, and it is painful for Poseidon to stay away. So now they're building on that, and we're actually getting to see some of Poseidon's actions at work. And it's such a powerful moment hearing that his dad's proud of him. And I'm so glad that they kept it, because they've started to build this hate relationship towards his dad. Now it's almost, what on earth is he going to think after hearing that? That is from this tender voice as well. The voice is perfect and beautiful, and you're hearing all these things that you almost don't want to hear from the person you hate. That they love you, and then it pains them to stay away. So I can't wait to see what they sort of build from this now. Because Poseidon's involvement, that's why Percy turns out different than Luke. That is what separates the two. Because Poseidon actually hasn't... Yeah, he does stuff and he helps Percy and he talks to him. Hermes couldn't care less. Poseidon cares. This is such a pivotal moment. I'm so glad that it was there. Also, I think the only thing I'm disappointed about is that we didn't get a full good shot of the Nereid. It was in murky water, we barely saw anything, but she looked like an angelic jellyfish, so that was great. Okay, that episode was absolutely terrific. I love how they translated the chapters from the books into this one specifically. Of course, this chapter was going to be difficult to adapt because of the pink poodle thing. Yeah, it leaves Echidna only on the arch, and you have a very small moment with her, yet she's this big... She's the wife of this very big threat later on. So I think this was the easiest and most natural bit to adapt, and I have no issue with what they did. The pacing again was this was so much better paced. We had the train to the whole, it built well. You had the tension and you had the satisfying end. So that was so much better than what we've seen. But again, this was only 2 chapters. So it makes sense why the others felt rushed, because they were trying to fit more in. This is the least amount of chapters in one episode we've seen so far. And I think from here on out, I don't think we have another like 4 chapters shoved into an episode, because we're past the halfway point now, both the show-wise and the book. Because the book, we passed halfway during Medusa's stuff. Now we're already in the final half of the book now, with 4 episodes left. So the pacing should be so much better, and this is like proof of that. Yeah, I cannot stop thinking about Echidna and the Chimera. They were done so well. I mean, in the books, Echidna is described as basically how she looks there, but underneath her jacket she had like scaly skin. She was reptilian, almost snake-like. That, I think, it could easily be said that she is. We never got to see any clothes ripped or whatever, so we don't know what like her forearm looks like. It could be covered in scales. It's up to our own imagination to see if maybe she is like the books or not. But it doesn't really matter. She was brilliant here. And I loved her personality. I love that they've all sort of been... They've got multiple villains sort of now. You had Alecto, who was basically just following orders. You have Medusa, who's that like charming, almost trauma-induced victim villain who's evil because of their past. Yeah, Echidna is just full-on evil, and I'm so happy with it. It's like she enjoys being evil, and it's just I love that sort of villain. It's fun, and I'm so happy with how they sort of made her more motherly, because she's so known as the mother of monsters. Yet they've expanded upon that. Her personality is motherly. It's caring. It's like she comes off as this caring figure, yet she is still evil. And I'm very happy with how they handled that. Like, they extended her warm, motherly nature to the children she's hunting. It's such a cool juxtaposition. Yeah, she might be one of my favourite villains from this show so far. And then, of course, the Chimera. Only thing I'm disappointed with is that we only got to see that thing on the arch. Lines up with the book, fine, but it looked so cool, and I'm so happy with the design. It lost the mane, which is fine, because, again, it's a female. I think in Greek mythology it has the mane, but they say something about how the ears are visible, which means it's female or something. I'm not quite sure on that. Someone will probably correct me. Like, it had the goat horns, had the lion face, it had breathed fire with the weird gills that came out of its mouth. That was awesome to see. And then the snake tail I'm actually really liked. When we first saw it, it looked like a crocodile tail. It didn't look quite snake-like. But in the full shot of it, it's clear that there's not specifically a physical snake that's attached to the end of this lion. It's... whatever it is in the shape of a cobra. It doesn't actually have eyes or a head, it's just in the shape of it. That I'm so happy with, and it looks fine. It's not specifically accurate to... because, yeah, the original, like, full idea of the Chimera is it has 2 heads and the snake thing as a tail. Here it looks more natural, it looks better, I guess, than the original myth, but not specifically accurate. It looks like a real animal, I guess. Or as close to animal as you can get with the whole amalgamation of whatever it is. I also loved how they hid it with the mist, with the whole chihuahua thing, because I thought that was such a funny detail in the book, that you had this evil monster that was hidden as a chihuahua, and like, seeing it in the bag, and I guess the bag is also the mist, and it's building on, I guess, what the mist can actually do, and I'm just loving the visualization of it all. I'm now so curious about what happened to the mortal police officers in the train, because they were directly in the line of like fire for the Chimera. I guess it might have turned around and not gone to them, but I guess mortals do get like damaged in this world. You had the whole thing in Charles of Apollo where I guess the Emperor was fully intent on killing half of New York, was it? But yeah, so I guess Sally got killed by the Minotaur, so there are threats to mortals. I just hope that we do get to see some of that. I hope it doesn't just stay... I mean, PG-13 or whatever it is fine for the rating, but I do hope it gets darker. Because if they just say that those mortals probably died, or they implied it more strongly, I think that still fits in line with the rating it has, but it still adds that level of darkness that we're accustomed to from reading the books. Annabeth and Percy's relationship is finally growing, and I just love their smiles and how they were like talking to each other. It felt so natural and like good. It felt like in the books where they're still at that awkward stage where they still don't know what's happening with each other, but they're such a good relationship. They are mirrors of each other. Percy only had his mum who loved him like unconditionally, and he always had love, and now he's without it. Annabeth grew up without love, and she was completely alone. Of course, they changed a few things there, but then they find each other, and it's like they complement each other well, and I'm so glad that they're building that up again, and it feels so like wonderful to see. Like, just from the arch scene, it shows that they're willing to die for each other. Annabeth is full on saying, go find the underworld, I'm dying here, and then Percy fully thought he was going to die there as well. So they're already up with that whole sacrificing themselves for each other. Now, this is such a good start, because then from here on out, their relationship is only going to grow. This is only halfway through the show. We have another 4 episodes yet, and they're already getting this cute little bond, and I cannot wait to see what it eventually looks like at the end of this season, let alone the end of 5 seasons. Grover, again, absolutely loving. He feels so connected to, I guess, the environment. It's not like a human saying that we should look after the environment, which we should, but of course, Grover, he is far more connected to it than mortals and people. And whenever he was talking about it, it felt like he was actually in physical pain just thinking about it and being in that room with the skulls and whatever. And I'm loving that we got to hear about his quest for Pan and that we're getting all of that on him, because that's a huge journey he goes on, and it's literally his entire motivation. So we're finally getting that on him, and we're seeing how important it all is. And then, of course, the ending of this episode perfectly lines up with the book, with Poseidon sort of not exactly speaking to Percy, but showing him that he cares and he is proud. And it's such a nice moment, because Poseidon, out of all the gods, is one that actually loves his children. Literally, it showed it off with Athena, where Annabeth sort of embarrassed her and she basically lets her die. That's what she was doing, letting Echidna and the Chimera in. She's basically saying, oh, you embarrassed me, you can go die now. And it's literally the gods that are forbidden to have children, 2 of them at least, actually care. They're basically the only ones. Zeus, of course, cares more about his power and wanting to stay on throne. He's worried about the prophecy, so he turned Thalia into a tree. Hades saves Nico and Bianca. I cannot wait till we get to that, and I really want that fleshed out well. Poseidon, he's the one that, I guess, he didn't... Zeus broke the pact first, then Poseidon. Hades never broke it. But Poseidon, he actually loves his children. And it's such a good juxtaposition that we've got the whole thing about Athena letting the monsters in, Poseidon actually saying he's proud of Percy. It's so good just building the relationship and showing the difference of what's happening. It's almost like as if their world is changing and Percy's at the centre of it. The one god who's actually speaking to his children and saying that he's proud of them happens to be the father of the child that's shown up and is part of this whole thing. It plays into the whole fate idea as well, that this such important moment is happening with these characters. And again, this is all set up for like the larger portion of the show. It won't be solved in season 1. So I can't wait to see this. Is like perfect building blocks to set up the dynamic between Luke and Percy, and Luke's whole thing with his father and Percy with his. I cannot wait to see how this goes, and I'm hoping that this almost becomes the foundation of it all. Yeah, overall, love the episode. They really haven't made a bad episode yet. I know there's some changes. This one probably changed the most out of all the episodes from their like counterpart to the book, but I don't mind it. A lot of the book from these chapters weren't that great. Again, poodle thing, that can be cut. And then some stuff was done out of order, like Annabeth talking about architecture on the train. Instead, she was talking about the arch, changing the temple, changing the arch to become a temple. That's interesting. But again, it's all in service to the overall story, how the gods are not great people and they don't really care about their children. And I think overall it's going to pay off so well because it's going to tie back into Luke's whole motivation. And I think in the end, that's why it's going to be worth it. Yeah, but I will be interested to know, like, what if people disagree. I want to like know why it should have. Why don't you? Because I kind of like those changes. I don't think they're that bad. But if there are things that should have stayed the same, I might have missed them, and I might agree with you. But let me know in the comments. But yeah, just looking at what's happening in the next episode, we get Ares, we get the water park. I'll be reading those chapters after this video, so cannot wait to see all that. Yeah, that's a big turning point. So we haven't even reached the underworld yet, but they get to the theme park, and we get to learn more about that. And we get to meet another god, so that's awesome, and I cannot wait to see it all. But yeah, with that said, that does bring us to the end of today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you in the next one for episode 5. See ya!